Hello.
Hi,
Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry,
and I'm Jay.
and together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Welcome to our channel. Today we'll be demonstrating two cards with ink blending for the background. Welcome to our channel. So if you are new to the channel, we do card making demonstrations every Wednesdays and Sundays. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and pop in a comment. We also give away the projects that we create on our Sunday lives. So check out the recent or most recent Sunday live and pop in a comment, and you'll be put into the random draw on our next live on Sunday.
Yes. So yeah, I'll pop the link in the live chat in a moment for Sunday's video. I haven't done that yet, so I'll put that in there, and then I'll pin it to the top for you all to go and have a little look at that if you haven't seen it already.
Yes.
So
if you are watching the replay, you can fast forward to the demonstration if you prefer, but we'll say hello to those of you who have joined us and popped in a comment. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have Wendy, hello, Sandra, Quinn, we Kisha, hello, Mandy, Betty B, Gian, hello, Anne, hiya, Mary, Linda, Pauline, and Valerie, Mandy Allen, Valerie, Connie, Angie, Lisa, hello, and Caroline. Thank you so much for joining us.
good evening. Thank you so much. So yeah, so we're gonna crack on, or we? I don't know what order you want to do things in. So we're doing that one there first, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let's turn the light on. It's a little bit. I'll do that in a second. So let's go camera down for you.
Your marker, sir.
Oh, it was fine when I zoomed in on the big screen, on the little screen.
Yeah, it's different from there to here. So yes, we'll be using the Horse and Sleigh Bundle today from the One Horse Open Sleigh Suite, which comes out tomorrow, Thursday, 6th of July. So the bundle, you may have already...
Midnight tonight.
Oh yeah, you may have already seen this, but I will show it again. Horse and Sleigh stamp set and the dies. And for between the 6th to the 12th of July, we have a free card offer kit. So you'll get the card kits to make these 3 cards and the gift tag that we recently demonstrated on our YouTube channel. So scan that QR code and you'll be put into you go to our website mitosocrafts.com/shop and pop in One Horse Open Sleigh Suite in your basket using our host code, our current host code, and yes, we'll send you the card kit to create those 3 cards. Plus, you'll also earn yourself free tutorial bundles by the Global Creative Project and the Crafty Collaborations. There's 54 tutorials in there, and 12 of them are video tutorials, and they're exclusive. It's not public videos, so it's private videos only for people that earn the tutorial for free, or you can purchase these tutorials on our website as well. So that is done. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, pop it in the comment as well, or message us or email us at barryandj@mitosocrafts.com. So let's crack on. So as I said, we'll be doing some ink blending. With the Horse and Sleigh, I'll be mainly using the trees today, and the rabbit for the second card. For my first card, I'm gonna also use the 2-inch punch. So this is an online exclusive as well, and I'm just creating a mask for that, for the moon. So I have Flirty Flamingo card base, 21 centimeters by 14 centimeters folded in half. I also have basic white normal card stock. That's the same size as the base. So what we're gonna do first is do some ink blending. For this card, I'll be using Melon Mambo, Highland Heather, and Bubble Bath, and I'll use Memento as well for some stamping. I'll just get myself some paper. So we'll start off with the edges. Oh, I'll need those as well later, but that's fine. I'll just use these. I've got small blending brush and normal blending brush. Use what you have. I'll start off with Melon Mambo. And I'm just gonna add color along the edge. So when you're ink blending and using blending brush, just add your ink on the brush, circular motion, or dab it. Always start off the edge and just in a circular motion, just bring that in. Add more ink when needed. And just carry on until you are happy with the coverage. Hi Joanne, hello Cheryl. Unfortunately, US, we can only do the card kits for UK, which is a bummer. That's why with the tutorial bundles, I haven't updated it recently, but it will be updated soon. The tutorial bundles are available to purchase for other markets as well. There we go. Barry's feeding the cats.
What, Jack? Feeding?
Feeding? Yeah, what? No, I pronounced my F. You're so mean. Right, I'm just nearly done with the Melon Mambo.
Jan's asking a video tutorial be purchased. There are already ones which have already been done.
Yes, the Global Creative Project video tutorial can be purchased, but the tutorials for the card kits are the ones that's on our live. So if you want to recreate the card, feel free. We'd love to see your projects as well, so please tag us so we can see it, or pop it in our Crafty Stampers Facebook page or group even, so we can see it as well. I'm moving on to the Highland Heather, and again I'm just gonna darken the edge with the Highland Heather. Maybe I should have done the smaller brush with this one, because I literally just want to edge it. Hi Bling Bling Crafter Pat, hope you're well. Screaming cat? I've heard them meow, but not actually when they play. Sometimes they scream. Okay. So that is just adding a hint of purple per play. So the same technique, you may have noticed that I'm holding the head of the blending brush, the neck of the brush. If you want more pressure, it's better to hold the neck of the blending brush, because that doesn't feel secure to me. But if you want just light blending, maybe hold it far out so you're not adding too much pressure, so it helps you as well with how much pressure you apply. And I should really have a protective layer or scrap piece of paper just so I don't accidentally add ink right in the middle, which I normally do. But it's a what do we call it, embellishment opportunity. Right, nearly done. I think that's fine. It's just sometimes I just like adding a second color just so it's not just a plain one color. Cool. So that is done. We're gonna bring our trimmer. I'm going to lightly score at 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch. I'll probably do 3/8 of an inch. Yeah. Or you can just mark it. So all around 3/8 of an inch. Lightly score. It's just so you have a guide, because we will be tearing it up. Did I do that right? I think I was. So there's just some light score lines there, and from one edge we're just gonna tear it. Ooh, can I actually see my score lines? So I've shown before how to use water painters to help you tear paper or card. This time I'm just showing you that you can just score it and use that as a guide, so you kind of like know that your torn edges is straight-ish. Ooh, I can't tell that one. We'll start with this one. And this is whatchamacallit, another version of my card that I shared during the Creativity Now, as in like the projects that was shown. I'm just going to see if I can kind of just see it. No, it doesn't matter that it gets too rough at the middle. I think it's alright. So that's torn. We're gonna do some stamping and then we can finish that off. So we're just gonna do some border stamping with, I think it's the rabbit footprints, or it just gives texture. Let's see how bubble bath. I haven't actually tried this color combination on. Yeah, you can still see it. Okay, bubble bath, and I'm just gonna stamp along the edge of the card base. I'll bring that up in a second. My screen's gone. I don't know why it goes. Any other questions?
Mary's just so you're tearing off about an inch on both sides. How much were you tearing off?
1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch. So where I scored. So that's gonna go there. And what we'll do is we're gonna use the edge as our border. So the longer pieces, which is what? That one and that one, we're gonna go across there. So you can like have two borders. And then in the center you have your stamping area, right?
Having a few people mention, so like I say, I'm thinking, why did Joe blend those edges and to rip them away? Mind boggles. That's from Mandy, and Carol Ann is saying exactly the same thing.
So yes, so I'm just going to add these as my frame. So you have a double edge frame, torn edge as a frame. So I want to add this. Actually, do I want to add this now? I'm gonna stamp my no, I will add it now. Cool. So add the edges. Hi Susan. Do I need to open a new one?
You've got loads in front of you, and then loads in front of you not got any glue.
Well, I don't want to be blobby. I have a habit of leaving them open, so it dries up too much. Right, I'm just gonna take some of those there. Right, so I want the torn edge against the torn edge, and what happens is you have a lighter border, and then the frame is darker on that inside. In my original card, I didn't do some ink blending, and I wondered, I just wanted to see how it, oh, wrong way. I wanted to see how it would work tearing it up. Are you straight? It doesn't give you much space to play with, I guess. But this one, just make sure that you tear the edge as well. And stick. Just making sure that it's straight. Something different, I thought. Ooh, bless you. That was Tommy. So I'm using the stuck down pieces already as a guide to know where I'm gonna tear the edges of the rest of them. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Is that straight? Straight enough. Right, that is now done. I'm going to stamp the small tree in the middle. And I'll do that with bubble bath first on the edge. I don't mind that it's done there. And then memento. The second time. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna add a different one. I think memento is gonna be too dark, so I'll add smoky slate. I'll save the memento for the sentiment. And just take that down. Hopefully that will dry lighter. At least it's not as dark as the memento. And then add that on. And we can do the sentiment. Before we do that, we do have the line for the ground as well. So we'll stamp that in bubble bath as well, and then we'll just add underneath. Oh, I know what I forgot. That 2-inch punch. I was like, why did I punch it and I didn't use it? Okay. I was gonna add some ink blending on there, but that we can still do that. And this time with bubble bath, so I'll do that first. So if you are gonna recreate this card, maybe do some ink blending after, but the bubble bath is lighter, so it shouldn't affect the rest of your images. I'm gonna use a smaller so just place that where you want it, and this time start on the actual die cut piece. And ink blend. This time I'm tapping it because I can't do circular motion on the ink pad. I'm gonna add a bit more on the top left. Here we go, that's fine. And then without re-inking, just soften it slightly. Right, bring that up with dimensionals. And we can finish up just by adding a bit of sentiment somewhere there. Does it work with flirty? It's too late now. Right, sentiment. We have sending warmth your way, which I believe I got somewhere. That won't fit. And I'll just stamp that on. Let's stick. A strip of basic white in Memento. Let that dry for a minute. We can splatter some Wink of Stella. If I have any. Ooh. You can add some hills if you prefer, but I'm just gonna leave this like this, and we can just cut or tear the edge and the top. So I'm putting my thumb where it's gonna go, and then slowly tearing that off. Ooh. You can add some mounts as well, but I think that is fine. The edge is gonna be on the edge, maybe a bit more, and it does need something on there. I'm just going to ink some bubble bath. Where are we? Bubble bath. Hi Sherry. Hello Louise. Just again so it doesn't look too white. More on the bottom. That's done. And that's just gonna go on the right. Oops. We have the snowflakes, as well as, ooh, these are, no, these are no, organdy ribbon, which I used last time, so I'm just gonna have the underneath on there, underneath. I just want more bling. I'm just like, ooh, what else can I do? Okay. I'll do it that way. Stick that down. Mini glue dot before I change my mind. Sometimes you can see which is where the iridescent are stuck down, or more of the iridescent. Just stick that down and do that at an angle. Stick down our sentiment, and then we can cut it down. There we go, and then that way, just a hint, and then finish up with, I'm gonna use the white this time. Ooh, you're floating. Medium, small. And then the large on the sentiment, and that's the first card done. There we go, so something different. Design during the live. Hopefully you do like that. Maybe try it on different colors. I just wanted to do the pinks, but again, it's just kind of like just a hint that it's winter. So, and so quite casual, I guess. There's no die cutting on it. So yes, so that's the first card. Let us know in the comments. The next one, I'll doing some more ink blending. And
Cheryl asked earlier on, so where do you come up with your unique, where do you come up with your unique ideas? My answer was, I have no idea, but maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that.
I don't really know.
I have no idea too.
Yeah. Sometimes, I just kind of like, instead of cards for inspiration, I tend to look at colors more, or graphics, or textile, so clothing, adverts, things like that I look at. So and sometimes kind of like images. So if I want to look at certain things, I look at I use Google, and Google images instead of actual sets. So for example, if you want winter scene, do winter scene instead of going horse and sleigh cards. So then at least you're getting inspired by not a card. If you don't want to kind of like case someone, you could start off by designing your own and using images, actual images, as your inspiration. But yeah, we don't mind people. We love people casing our cards, so that's why we do video tutorials. And I'm sure, hopefully, you love casing them as well, or watching us craft. So for the next card, I think I need 2 of these. Yes. Knight of Navy card base, the same size, 21 by 14 centimeters, or 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it's going to be a landscape one. Now I haven't decided on my mat. This one is early espresso. I do have basic black, so you can decide later. We can do a poll. And that one is 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card front, so that one would be 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. So that's the same. And then my basic white is an 1/8 of an inch smaller than the layer, so that one would be 3 3/4 of an inch by, I don't know why I'm trying to guess, I do have a ruler, 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/8 of an inch, and I've got 2 of those. So we'll do some cutting of one first. It was just easier to cut two of the same. And that one we will cut at 1 5/8. I'll just get my trimmer. So 4 centimeters, or what's that? 1/9/16 of an inch. It doesn't matter too much, but we will be using that as our sentiment. So for this one, I've got loads of inks. So most of the sentiment I'm gonna use real red, and for the ink blending I'll be using Pool Party, Azure Afternoon, and Blueberry Bushel. I will be doing some other stamping as well in, if I can get it, Pecan Pie and Early Espresso. So this one I'm gonna use the Seasons of Cheer in real red, as I mentioned. And just stamp that centrally. I'm just eyeballing it. Are you straight? Sorry, I'm just gonna bring it back down. Fingers crossed. Ooh, there's a cat here. That's fine. The cats would like to send some cheer as well. I did stamp another one, but yeah, I can use that one. So that's the sentiment done. Now we can do some ink blending. So for this one, I'm gonna use the same 2-inch punch, and that one's gonna go on there. So just keep that in place. Sticky tape. Again, I'm just gonna do this centrally. Maybe use your grid paper. I think that's fine. So I'm gonna use Azure Afternoon first. So this is another version of one of the cards that I shared on Creativity Now, but I'm changing the colors. Blue. So just double check here. So from the edge, bring it in. Add a bit more and bring it in. I'm trying to rush. So don't rush unless you want stormy skies. It's fine. So Azure Afternoon nearly done. Again, it's more so for around the circle, because we will be adding a second color, Blueberry Bushel, around the edges. Blueberry Bushel. Change my stamping ink blending brush. That's the name of it. So just like the first card, but this time I'm gonna make the edges a lot darker or a lot more blended in with the Azure Afternoon. And just keep it so then you kind of like the focus is still within the moon. So that's quite closed in, so I need to bring this in a bit more. Alright, I think that's fine. Right, we can do some stamping. Before we do that, we're just gonna take the mask off. So you can, oh, I didn't make sure that I had that one. Bless you. Right, I'm just gonna.
Tommy tonight.
Hmm?
Me and Tommy tonight. They must be allergic to you, Jay.
Yeah. I'm just bringing that back in because I do want a bit of the bottom edge defined a bit more than just white. So just keep that in mind and then take that off. Use the same ink blending brush, and for the other piece that we cut from the top of the sentiment, again just tear your paper. So this one you can do a bit more valleys and mountains, or a bit more wavy, a bit more textured, but we're gonna be using that to add some lines across the moon, so just lightly, and then you can offset it, bring it up, so it kind of looks a bit like clouds but not really. And plus you're softening the edge as well. I didn't do it across, I just wanted it across the moon, and then just go back in and just soften that edge. Once you've done that, you can again use your offcut and add more tearing on the other side. And that one we can use at the bottom. Cool, so that's done. We're gonna do some what are we doing? Stamping. So we're gonna stamp our small and large tree. So with the large tree, we're gonna stamp that in early espresso, just round the edge. So tap, tap, tap. Just make sure that the tree trunk is straight on against the side of your card. and then you can do second generation. So stamp off and offset it and go down. So you're adding the depth by going lower. And then do the same on the other side. Lower on. I didn't use the second generation ink from my first initial stamping just because it was off the card, and what would have happened is the ink didn't touch any of my card or the backing paper, the scrap piece of paper, so it would have had a darker part with full ink. So if I use that, I'll have a line of darker ink on my card. So just keep that in mind when you are doing first and second generation stamping. It's easier to ink it up again, stamp off, and then onto your card. I've done that plenty of time, and then regret it because I'm just like, oh, why did I not change it? So pecan pie with the smaller tree. Let's just double check this one, how concentrated it is. So I'm gonna use second generation, so I've already stamped off, and again we're just gonna go next to the previous tree. So that's second generation, and then third generation I'm just gonna go back down so you can just about see it. So stamp off, second generation, third generation down, and then for the middle part I'm just gonna do third generation, so it's all the same. Oh, that's weird. First, second, I don't, that's fine, it doesn't matter. So yes, so that is the stamping on there done. Whilst we're here, we can quickly splatter. Where is my wink of Stella? There. If you don't want bling on it, you can just splatter water. And I wanted to do this now, so at least it sips in and lift some of the colors of there, so you can see there's a few on there. Okay, so that is now done. We're just gonna finish up with some of the elements. So I said we're gonna use this along the bottom, but it's still quite a lot, so I'm just gonna tear that off because I know that I don't need, that's excess. I'm gonna ink blend Pool Party along the base, so from the bottom. Have I got? I think I used that for, no, that's fine. So Pool Party along the bottom. So this one I'm doing the same as what I did in the sentiment on the first card. So I'm ink blending from the bottom to the top, but I don't want to cover it all in Pool Party. So I still have kind of like a white edge, which hopefully will look like snow. And do that across. So it doesn't matter too much that you have that. And that's done, ink blending done on there. We're gonna add some of our, the bunny. We're gonna stamp in a softer color. So do I have, where's my, alright, I'm just gonna clean because I'm pushing everything aside and I don't have any more space. Any other questions, Barry? Cool. Okay, so the bunny we're gonna stamp. Once I have pecan pie, I might as well. You can use crumb cake. It's easier to probably do that. And I've just got off cut. Will you fit? So no line coloring with the bunny. So first generation, second generation, very light. If you want it a lot more prominent, do first generation. But I'm just gonna color the bunny with Wink of Stella using the inks crumb cake. So if you can't press your ink pad like that, just get a block. It's probably easier, and add color or ink onto there. So I'm just gonna add a bit of shading.
Susan just asked what stamp set is this you're using?
So this is the Horse and Sleigh stamp set. I'll show you. Horse and Sleigh Bundle, available from 6th of July. It's an online exclusive. It's not on any catalogs. It's not in the annual. It's not in the upcoming mini catalogs. So check the online shop. Oh no. Let's see. Mini. I was looking at mini. Right, I'm just gonna stamp that again. So stamp off, stamp on. And I wasn't even what you call it, pressing it. So sometimes, because I did press it earlier, it still had some excess in the barrel, so just be careful of that. So underneath, it's really coming out. Okay, maybe I won't use you. Water painters would be better. I'm gonna use an older one that I haven't. It has got something on it. There we go. Right, I'm just gonna spread that out and just go around where you think the shading would be. So underneath the back leg, under the, or on the neck, I guess, and behind the other ear. And the back leg. So you can, without re-inking or adding more ink, just use Wink of Stella and spread that out. So just really quick coloring there. Crumb cake, wasn't that? Right, I'm just gonna die cut that, and we can also, I've die cut in advance 4 of the tree. the lovely tree in the set bundle, just in white, basic white. I didn't get my bunny. Right, that I need tape, so just bring that, make sure that it's nice and straight. Thanks, Mandy, for popping up what it's called. Right, we have that. I'm gonna use the non what is that? So that that's a song that I listen to all the time. So the 5 no, 4. I said 4, didn't I? 4 trees. I don't know why I did 5. I'll show you. Oh, that's why. So the full tree is that one, and I've cut into it just so it looks different. So I've taken off that branch to have that one. So just cut into that. This small piece is from the top. So I cut from, can you see, from there to have this one and this tiny looking one. So it's still it's long, so I've just cut the bottom 2 branches, so you at least have 4 different looking trees that you can use. You can use 5 if you want to. Right, so poll time whilst I'm thinking about it. So we have, as I said, Night of Navy card base. Would you prefer black matte? I will show you now. Or early espresso matte. So Barris is gonna do that. Early espresso or basic black. So be quick because I'm just gonna do some tearing and we can finish up. So with the sentiment, again, because that's gonna lay on top of this one, I just want to have a bit of snowy border, so we're tearing it. So it doesn't matter, just go across, or you can use the whatchamacallit, the snow mounds. So if that's gonna go underneath, that's gonna go down there, and you can just see hints of the pool party. That's what it's called, pool party. I'll bring that up slightly. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this on where I want it. So flat on, underneath. Oh, sticky fingers. So it's the same size, so you don't have to cut it down. And stick this down. You can prop this up, but because we're gonna be adding the trees, I don't want to do that. It's hard to prop those trees up unless you cut it with foam sheets already underneath. So with this one, I'm just gonna add glue right at the bottom and on the side, just so it gives me option to stick the trees in if I want to. So that is right along the base. Oh, wait for it to dry. Can you actually see the pool? Yeah, I think I can. I can see the pool party in my head. Okay, so now that is done. Whilst we're waiting for that, again, you can start adding. So the whatchamacallit, the bunny, I'm just gonna cut into it because I want it to go up. And I'm just gonna snip into the die cut. I don't want that line too much. So if I want it there, if you really want a bit more details, you can either just do a line underneath or stamp this line ground image. I'm gonna use, what did I use? Pool Party. And use the edge of the ink pad or mask it off if preferred. I'm being lazy, I'm just using the edge of the ink pad. Or if you have Stampin' Right marker, we don't have many, or we've only got a few. Right, that is done. And that's just gonna go underneath. I couldn't do it before I've stuck this down, so and get your wink of Stella and just do a couple of lines across it just to soften it or spread it out a bit more. It's probably easier this way, and plus it adds shimmer. That's it. Or do second generation. I think that's fine. I don't mind it. Right. What did the poll say?
We are on black.
I thought so. That's why.
I think I've answered your question, but Felicia's asked, why did you colour with Pool Party if you're covering it over? And my answer was that you wanted to obviously only a hint showing through.
Yes.
And the best way to achieve this was by doing a gradient of colour. Is that a good enough
Yes,
example?
that is why.
And
so
you said the same thing as well.
So because if I inked it up from the top, the torn edge will be Pool Party, and I wanted it white on the top edge, so it just got hints of the Pool Party. If I was being fussy, I would have, or went back to it, I would have added more Pool Party along the bottom. So just be kind of like, when you can, if you want to add more Pool Party from the base, just do that before you stick everything down. So I'm just gonna add my layer on, and it should have a nice border. I'll show you the original. You may have seen it already. Turn that over. More than likely, yes. and stick this down. On the card base. I think white would be nice as well, but I thought I'll use a colored card. There we go. Turn it over. It's just easier. So from the previous live, we've added embossing paste, so you can do that or just keep it like this, which I am going to do. And I'm just gonna arrange this how I want it. So the full tree I'm gonna have outside, and then we're gonna have the next full tree inside, and then the tiny tree out there, and the thin tree next to the full tree. So because that's underneath, it needs to come in a bit. It needs to go in first. You can add more glue in the branches if you want to, but I'm just gonna keep it as is. And remember, I didn't add too much any glue in the center there for that layer, and this is why, so I can insert these on. The full tree, we're just gonna add maybe dots actually, just to keep the main trunk in place. And that's just gonna go there. Next one, so nearly done. What do you think of this
Mandy is
bundle?
also going to be doing a class with this sweet.
Nothing's been planned yet.
Maybe. We will let you know if we do. And Mary's asked, is there a bunny and a deer in the set? Now I can't remember what animals it is. It just deer?
It's just a bunny, yes. Not a deer. There we go. And then, hi Tommy. It must be time. So this one's just gonna go on the right hand side. And adding our bunny, I'm gonna use dimensional. If I can find it. I just had it, right? Use another one, that's fine. So this one I'm gonna put near the head, and I'm going to curl the bunny so it goes up. Take off the backing, add glue to the legs, and then stick that down centrally. Then finish up with some more adhesive pack snowflakes. Ooh, press it down. Press and wait. And we're just gonna add this. I really haven't got the hang of this. There we go. I think it's the snowflakes. It's because it's wider. It's kind of not hard, but it moves a bit. And there we go. So that is my card. So I really like the brighter colors on there. In the creativity now, it's a bit more darker and more neutral. just because we can only use we had parameters, so it's preferred to use the sweet color, which was boho blue and misty moonlight. So that's why I created this one. So that one was inked with Pool Party, boho blue, misty moonlight, and I had early espresso and I wouldn't say pebbled paw or smoky slate. Grey granite card base. I cannot remember. So Bar's just gonna come and we can say goodbye. And if you haven't seen the rest of the One Horse Open Sleigh, make it Christmas in July for yourselves and start your Christmas crafting. So just to show you the free card kit, if you buy the suite from us from 6th of July to the 12th of July, so you'll get the card kits for these tag, card. So no stamp images will be sent to you as per Stampin' Up guidelines. Paper, and we probably can't send you the embossing paste just because it'll dry in the post. So but you'll have the rest of the elements for this to make. And finally the triptych card, which folds flat for posting. There you go. So more details is on our website. It's actually up now, and I will just quickly, if you want to do a screenshot, there's a QR code on there. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that.
You can also, if you go into the link down below, the description down below, there's all of the links as well for everything down there, telling you where you can find stuff as well. So tutorials I mentioned earlier on, where about buying them. So yeah, all the links to everything can be found down below in the description. So have a little look at that as well. Answer to your question, Cheryl, yes, this set is available. Everything is available from tomorrow, the 6th of July. And that is also the start of bonus days tomorrow as well. So so if you wait, obviously, tomorrow, and any orders over £45 or 45, I'm not sure what the equivalent
every
is.
£45
Is
order.
it 45? I'm just going, and I'm not sure what the dollar equivalent would be, but
I think
obviously
it's the same.
is it $45 as well?
I could
So
be wrong, but
yeah, so just check whatever currency it is you obviously you shopping, but for the UK it's £45. You get a £4.50 voucher for the use in August. So so yeah, so August. I was thinking at the same time I was doing it. It was like, oh yes, it is August. So yes, so do check that one out as well. Yes, Sylvia. Yes, it's the 6th of you, so you can order now. Oh.
Ooh, have you seen the other new stuff? Because yes, online exclusives. There's gonna be loads of other stuff as well.
Okay, it's $60 in Canada. Okay, so yeah, obviously it's £45 and whatever the equivalent is in your respective countries. So do check that one out.
Bring the other one.
Bring what other
The
one?
other card.
Oh,
Because I forgot.
that one there.
Yeah. Do you like this one? I'm not too sure. It's too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright.
That was a bit.
It's
too...
simple. And I don't have the card that inspired that one. It's already been put away.
It's just too many cards. I just have to tidy everything up every now and then. So yeah, so do check those out. $50 in the States. So
okay.
So yeah, so do check that out. I'm sure you'll get like a $6 or a $5. Obviously, it's $4.50 here in. I'd say, but just check it. So. That's a look to shut up.
No, it's not. I'm just.
We're going to say goodbye because I've just been told off.
I didn't tell you off.
No, if looks.
I'm just looking at. Am I not allowed to look at you?
If looks could go shush now, you're waffling.
No,
You always complain to me. See, I'm doing it now. You always complain to me because I waffle at the end. So,
Oh, I don't mind.
no, we're going to say goodbye now. I'm going to shut up.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Come back next Sunday. Friday, Funfold Friday, for the
Which will be
slider
what one?
card. I've started making notes because I don't know how. For this card, again, another project with the One Horse Open Sleigh Suite or Horse and Sleigh Bundle. So yes, I'll need to pre-record that and do that as a premiere so I can watch with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so Mary, there will be some other exclusive stuff as well. So there's a truck in there as well, a truck and punch. So yeah, do check those out from the 6th. They are available tomorrow, or for some of you right now. So good, lovely. Right, well, we will say good night, and we will be back with you again, as Jay just mentioned, on Friday for a pre-recorded Funfold Friday, and live with you again on Sunday. We will see you all again soon. Tommy's Tale says hello.
Yes.
We will see you on Sunday.
Thanks, everyone.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.